In this absolutely disastrous environment, what are the chances that GoPro is going to be able to meet its mid-September deadline for the release of the Hero 10? It's not a bet I'd be willing to make, let's put it that way. In the middle of September this year, GoPro needs to release its Hero 10 camera. I say needs to because it doesn't just have an action camera community to satisfy, it has shareholders to satisfy, and since the release of the Hero 5 in 2016, there has indeed been an annual upgrade cycle of the Hero camera. As if the pressure of releasing a hit new upgrade to the Hero camera wasn't enough, it has to come mid-September to meet the surge in demand over the holiday season for action cameras. GoPro makes most of its money in the second half of the year, and in turn it has to meet investor expectations for the third and fourth quarters of 2021. In 2019, the GoPro Hero 8, which I've got sitting on the table right here, had production delays. Its release was pushed back from mid-September to late October. How do you think the stock market reacted? Shares were down 24%, and this is a stock price that has already fallen 90% from its 2014 peaks. I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit concerned for GoPro Incorporated. You might not know this, but the company nearly went bust last year. Now, the pandemic didn't help, but the writing's been on the wall for a long time for GoPro. Fortunately, they managed to raise some finance to keep them going a little bit longer. They managed to cut their cost base, which is another way of saying firing a whole bunch of people, and profitability is now expected for 2021. So the company looks like it is a going concern for the time being. For the first time in 6 years, believe it or not, GoPro is now anticipated to turn a profit. This is good news, but this is going to be one hell of a test in September. A lot of the component parts in there come from China. Now, I couldn't get a bike chain for my bicycle the other day because it comes from China, and everything from China is delayed. There's supposedly a semiconductor shortage which has a knock-on effect for chip manufacture, and what's inside there? A chip. Mindful of the pandemic backdrop that we've just discussed, the fact that this has been an absolute crisis 12 months for the company where they've had to slash their workforce, raise finance, and do whatever they can to stay in business, what are the chances that the last 12 months have been the 12 months where GoPro have got their shit together, excuse my expression, fixed the problems of the GoPro 9 and are going to come out with an absolute killer GoPro 10? It's a horrible set of headwinds to be sailing into when you have not only a company that you need to save, but also a product line that you need to save. Now, last year GoPro got the Hero 9 out on time, which was great news, but by all accounts that camera seems to have been a bit of a disaster and has probably damaged the brand, quite frankly. If you watch any video about GoPro Hero 9, it's just filled with comments where users are saying this thing crashes all the time, it doesn't save files properly. Great camera if you don't mind losing all your footage, which is obviously absolutely hopeless. We have the GoPro Hero 8. I just want to point out that we've had great experience with the GoPro Hero 8. Not really had any issues at all, to be honest with you. Absolutely love it. Just love the practicality of being able to go out and vlog with it. The audio quality is good, the picture is good. I've got no problems with this Hero 8 whatsoever, but there does seem to have been an issue with the Hero 9. Has that come about because of this pressure to constantly renew the product every single year to meet investor expectations and customer expectations? With all that being said, what would be ideal for GoPro is to take a breather, re-release the Hero 9 in September in a form that works perfectly, build the trust with the customer base again, and come back a year later with the GoPro Hero 10. That would be lovely. I wish that was an option for them, but I have to say it absolutely is not. Now, yes, it's going to disappoint all of us who are expecting a 1-inch sensor camera with interchangeable lenses, blah, 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 blah. We can make all the unrealistic demands in the world that we like. That's not really going to dictate what the company does. What dictates the company's outlook in life is the competitive landscape for it, and the competitive landscape for GoPro is absolutely hideous. DJI have been trying to put GoPro out of business since about 2015 when they stopped using the GoPros on their drones and integrated their own cameras. That was one hell of a kick in the nuts for the company. Since then they released an Osmo Action in 2019, a very good, very credible action camera. We never bought one because we have the GoPro Hero 8, but by all accounts it seems to have been a very successful product, and as if that wasn't bad enough, they currently sell it for $199. Now that camera is 2 years old, it's half the price of the GoPro Hero 9, and those two cameras are still getting compared. That says a lot about the quality of the Osmo Action. Now added to that, DJI have deep pockets, they have successful product lines elsewhere. Obviously they make the drones, so as and when they come out with an Osmo Action 2, which I have to assume they will, in their sweet little time, because they're not being held to a schedule for the release date, it's going to be an absolute peach. That will be disastrous news for GoPro if they just sit and try and sort out the Hero 9 as I was suggesting. Absolutely not an option. Added to that, we've got companies like Insta360 who are doing a pretty good job of entering the market. As you can see, we've got a fair few of their products here. I love these 360 cameras, the Insta360, what's it even called? 1X, the original one, and the 1X2. Fantastic. Check out some of the videos we did on that, by the way. You can get some really cool shots with these things. This Insta360 1R is not the GoPro killer that certain YouTubers would lead you to believe, not even close. Look, the GoPro Hero 8, which was the competitor to this at the time, it's an 8th generation product. What are the chances that a brand new modular, quite innovative 1st generation product is going to be better than an 8th generation product? 1 in a million. Let's not get too carried away with these things. You can't believe everything that you hear on YouTube. However, they're a strong and formidable competitor, and you have other Chinese competitors producing cameras for $100, $150, $200 for a section of the market that doesn't care about the very best picture quality, the very best stabilization. They are credible alternatives. It's a horrific competitive environment for GoPro. The bottom line, however, is they have no time to release subpar products like the Hero 9 would appear to have been in this competitive landscape, because they will get eaten alive. Thinking about this video before I pressed record, I started to get a little bit sad, because no one wants to see a company fail, especially a company like GoPro. We have affection for GoPro. We do here, and we've enjoyed using the products over the years. Also, if you look at the backdrop in which they operate, I looked at a chart of digital camera sales in the last 10 years. It's been absolutely disastrous. Smartphones have absolutely decimated demand for digital cameras. The only problem is that's not the market in which GoPro operates. GoPro operates in the action camera market. In North America alone, the market's expected to grow at 15% a year for the next 5 years or so. What that means is if a company can maintain its market share, fight off the competition, and just stand still essentially in terms of market share, its top line will grow at 15% a year. It doesn't really have to do anything else. It just has to be able to stand still and fight off the competition. Now, unfortunately, GoPro is not doing a very good job of fighting off the competition, and added to that, they've had a whole bunch of strategic problems over the years that resulted in them becoming a loss-making company. They had to slash their R&D budgets as a consequence, and they've just been fighting fires for 6 years. So, to be honest with you, they haven't done themselves any favors. Added to that, we've had this pandemic issue, which is bringing serious question marks, for me at least, in their ability to release a GoPro Hero 10 that is going to live up to expectations and save the company, if you will. So what do you think, folks? Is the Hero 10 going to be the product that saves the company? Do they have some fantastic technology stashed away that they're just waiting to release on time mid-September and absolutely knock our socks off and get things all pointed in the right direction once again? Or have they been running as fast as they can into headwinds just enough to stand still? I'm not sure. I do wish them well, though. I really, really do. Love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below. Stay tuned for more content, and we will see you next time.